Hi there. My name is Lael Hudson, and I'm the lead faculty for ASL and interpreter training at Lone Star College Sci-Fair. I wanted to make this video to explain to you some of the new and upcoming things that are happening with our program, especially as they pertain to the ASL Communication Skills Certificate, as well as our interpreting degree. Many of the classes within the ASL Communication Skills Certificate have now changed, and so in order for you to obtain that certificate, you would now need to complete ASL 1, Visual Gestures, Intralingual Skills Development, ASL 2, Finger Spelling and Numbers, and Intro to the Deaf Community. That's a total of 17 credit hours compared to the former certificate, which was 21. Please remember, though, just as before, the ASL Communication Skills Certificate is not the same thing as interpreting certification. If you truly want to become an interpreter, your goal should be to get a 2- or 4-year degree in the field of interpreting or something nearly related. In order to sit for the state exam for certification, you would need to have a minimum of 60 credit hours of coursework. That doesn't have to be in ASL or interpreting, but it makes sense to have something related. And then for the national certification, you would have to have a 4-year degree or a combination of work experience and educational credits. Some of the new changes with our degree plan include Visual Gestures has changed. There are longer hours for that class because we noticed that the time was just too short that we had to spend with our students. Finger Spelling and Numbers now has the prerequisite of ASL 1. Mostly the rationale behind that was just because we realized that in teaching finger spelling, we don't teach letters in isolation or numbers in isolation, but they tend to be in context of a sentence. To facilitate that, it makes sense to have had at least one of the language classes prior to fingerspelling and numbers. A brand new class we're adding to the program is a class called Intralingual Skills Development. That's for both the certificate and the degree. This course will take an in-depth look at English as a language. We'll look at Greek and Latin roots, English within context, reading comprehension, and other such factors that will help you to develop as an interpreter, as well as to help you on the state certification exam, the first portion, which is called the Test of English Proficiency. Currently, the pass rate for the Test of English Proficiency is below 50%. And that means that statewide we have recognized a need to develop English as a stronger suit within our interpreting repertoire. Another change that's been made is that Deaf Culture and Intro to the Deaf Community have been merged into one course. We had to reduce the number of credit hours within our program, and so it made sense to combine those two classes because there was already some overlap between them. Another change that we have, is that once you've completed about half of your program, you will have to have completed ASL 1 through 4, Intro to the Interpreting Profession, Finger Spelling and Numbers, Visual Gestures, Intro to the Deaf Community, Intralingual skills, and probably some of your basics before you're able to take what we're going to call the mid-program evaluation. The mid-program evaluation is a way for us to assess if you are truly ready to move into the interpreting coursework. If any portion of the mid-program evaluation is failed, we will be asking you to retake classes or to at least do some study prior to retaking that exam. The good thing about the mid-program evaluation is that we will have questions on there pulled directly from each course that you should have taken up to that point. And so we will therefore be able to see precisely where your weaknesses may be. Once you've passed the mid-program evaluation, you can then jump into the interpreting classes. We've added some coursework to the second half of the interpreting degree as well. One of the new courses is called Structure of American Sign Language. That will function as a linguistics/ASL 5 type class. Another course we've added is working with deaf-blind persons. That doesn't mean just interpreting, although certainly it will include working tactily or close proximity as an interpreter. It will also include mobility and orientation, and the function of SSPs and interveners. We have added special topics to our list of classes. Within the degree, special topics will function as an overview class, as we don't typically imagine that any student is going to leave Lone Star College and directly become a medical interpreter, a court interpreter, and so on and so forth. Instead, in this course, we will touch on a variety of special topics, specialized vocabulary that might come up in those scenarios, as well as ethical scenarios which may arise in each type of situation. The wonderful thing about the special topics designation is that in the future we can also use that to create full semester coursework on topics such as medical, healthcare, legal, court, and those types of informational topics. One of the last major changes we have to our program is that we've split the internship into 2 semesters. The first semester will be called practicum, and the goal of practicum will be that the students will primarily be observing interpreters and doing some light hands-on work. The second internship will be the exact opposite of that, where there will be more hands-on time, or time on task, and some observation. We split the internship into 2 courses for a variety of reasons, some of which are that we noticed students were so focused on getting their hours within one semester that they weren't really able to completely enjoy and experience what they needed to within each of the scenarios they were thrown into. In addition to that, we see that there is a huge spike in skills in that last semester course, and so it makes sense to split that over the course of 2 semesters instead of just having it in one. You may be asking why these changes have been made in the first place. Ultimately, the goal is to make our program stronger, so that's the primary reason. But there were also many state changes which came down both for workforce and core curriculum. And while we were making those changes, we opted to go ahead and make the changes we needed to in order to strengthen our program. If you have any questions whatsoever, you are welcome to contact me. Again, my name is Lael Hudson. You can contact me at 832-326-3367 or at my email address, leyel.m as in mother, .hudson@lonestar.edu. Also, below this video you can find a link to the new program. It'll give programmatic comparisons of our former program with the new one so that you can see precisely where the changes have been made. We're so excited. We really, really hope that you enjoy some of the changes that are coming down, and we would love your feedback, so feel free to comment below or to contact us. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.